Right, so let's talk about focus points. Dane's turtle. From our position, it's very hard for me to control all of Dane's body with my body from this position. So we're going to concentrate on three areas: his hips, his head, and his wrist. So from here, once I get into the side ride position and on hip to hip, we all know this already, the tight waist grip. So it's not just a matter of my left hand grabbing Dane's belly button. If I have long arms, that arm might even be more in here. It's all about, even though I'm grabbing his belly, it's my elbow on his hip. So my left elbow is controlling Dane's left hip, and I'm wedged here. My hip is against his hip, and my elbow's against the other hip. So if he tries to actually put his side on the mat, it can be very, very difficult. And I'll be using this position, like we've talked about, to cause the kazushi, because this off balance is how we're going to get on the back, just by me basically doing that. And I'm waiting to see Dane's reaction of coming back up again, which is going to give me my position. So I want to be tight then with a tight waist grip. So just think about hip to hip from the side right position, and it's my elbow actually clamping Dane's far hip. So that's our hip position. Head position, from here we have harness. I can play it from here with my head up, and we're going to talk about this in different sections from here. This can give me other things because I can be looking to see what he's doing with his other side. I can also play it with my head down. Now if I'm playing it with my head down, my right shoulder will be driving Dane's chin into his chest, like basically a cross face position, and I'll be tight from there. Again, this can open up other things whereby I could physically fall onto my side and cause Dane to roll, which will get me on his back. Okay. So I can play it, turn it again, bro. So I can play it with my head up, and again from there I'll be looking for wrists and stuff, and looking for submissions, or I can play it head down. Usually if I'm playing it head down, I'll be using my shoulder to push Dane's chin into his chest, and then I'll be looking to invert him, which again is causing a kazushi and off balance, which allows me to get my hooks in. But again, say Dane's super tight and he's giving me nothing, and he's playing this whole tight game. The third focus point is the wrists. There is no way if anyone's tight that I'm coming in over the shoulders to defend, but I can easily enter behind the armpit. I don't care how tight Dane is. How would I do that? You see how to keep it tight, bro? Okay, so the way I can't get it in, I'm going to grab the shoulder, and I'm just going to kind of pull him this little bit here. So watch from there, don't let me in. It's easy to get in no gi because of the slip factor. In gi it might be a slightly different. I'd be using the lapels, but just grabbing the shoulder or even this shoulder and kind of just pull Dane so I get that wrist in. And once I get that wrist in, that can lead to a number of different things again. You know, from here now I can open the space up and start wedging to make the seat belt, and now I've got a connection and we can start to work the off balance. Going off topic from the back attack game, I can keep this position, stay wedged, bro, and I can spin to the side and step over his head. Now from there I can prise open that arm, and that's going to start letting me attack arms from that position. We talked about, so the focus points is hips, wedging with the tight waist grip, harness, the two versions to control the head, and then wrists coming in. I don't care how tight they are. If I make a wedge, I can prise in and get something on that wrist, and then I can start working the off balance. Even from there, if I have that and I can't come in here, just posting my hand on the mat and basically doing that. You know, now things open up. Take a back step. I meant to talk on the last one about, just go back to our position, whereby we were in the semi-squatted position. So I'm on this power line. I have one knee higher and one knee lower. I could be using the whole off balance, and say I pull this way and Dane posts his right hand on the mat to stay up. That's now going to give me my rolling armbar, if that makes sense, or my belly down armbar. How can I get that? That was very easy, because I was semi-squatted. Whereas if I had been down here, done that, and he posted his hand, look, it's a big movement that I have to do. I have to physically lift my knee off the mat and come to a foot before I can do that. Whereas the advantages of this position, I'm here and I'm pulling him and I'm looking for those arms, if that makes sense. So let's drill just our 3 focus points and putting our pressure on them.